Sonic's has been one of the defenders against Japan for North America, and he was not at Riptide. But you know who took up the mantle? His fellow Sonic player, Wrath, defeating two of some of the best players in the world. First off, we're going to be watching him beat Acola, which is something that very few players can say they've done. And then second, we're going to be watching him in top 8 defeat the Sonic player's demon in Light. So let's go. So the North American Steves have actually had a good record versus the Sonic players. I know that I think even Toon has been doing, well, Toon's not North American, but I think a couple of the good North American Steves, I think maybe Syrup has been having good records versus the Sonics recently. I remember that was a big deal at Coinbox IRL in December last year, but I'm pretty sure that pattern kept up. So people are thinking, oh, maybe this matchup isn't actually super good for Sonic like a lot of people assumed it was, but we're going to see here, oh, nice spin cancel there. Again, obviously, these are two of some of the best characters in the game. I still personally think Sonic is the #1 character, just at least in terms of current things, and not like, oh, the Steves are just going to start hitting nils all the time, because they don't. Nice spin there. Just because I feel like Sonic constantly controls the game, whereas Steve only sometimes, most of the time honestly, controls the game, but Sonic always controls the game. I do not know Acola's record versus, I mean, I'm assuming he beats Ken most of the time, because otherwise I feel like I would know about that. I tried to edge cancel on that block. That actually would have been super cool. And he has Wrath reacting to the minecart with the spin charge. Gonna tech, yep, but the classic back throw F smash tech trap. I wonder if he could have DI'd in and gotten, he would have landed on the floor after the back throw hit him, like, without the tech. But finds the back air, so that is going to be the stock. Breaks the crafting table to force the crafting table to be respawned, which is more materials for Acola. Yep, reacting to the minecart. Of course, Sonic, this is just how Sonic wants to play in general, is just slightly out of range of everything that wants to do, and that is what you're supposed to do against Steve, as basically every character. And you see how few resources Acola has. Up air auto cancel going to be so safe, and Wrath also being so safe, getting out of there with that up B. See, for y'all, this is going to be a much faster video because I'm not going to be talking during when they're just both camping, so I'm glad that I can cut some of this out for you if you were curious about the set but didn't want to watch a 20-minute best of 5 that goes 3 games. Like, Sonic doesn't really have great answers to blocks. I mean, he can F-tilt them, but, like, it's not really aggressive answers for when Steve is camping with block. And, of course, Steve, very, very difficult to catch Sonic as basically any character, let alone a character in, like, the bottom 5 stats in the game. Okay, does get the spin charge aggressively, while, of course, you do have to jump up when you build those walls, so you are vulnerable if you are fast enough to get there, and Wrath was able to punish it and keep it pretty even. Another spin charge. Is he going to be able to keep the advantage? No. Acola does jump and air dodge out. I know that was one of his flaws when he would fight against Game & Watch. He would just get upbeat out of minecart all the time when you can just simply avoid it. And I'm glad he was able to adapt that to the up B back air there, because that he got farmed by that the last time Sonics beat him. Or maybe not the last time Sonics beat him, but I remember, I think, specifically the port priority win. You're trying to find this kill with gold back air, but not going to find it. And again, that is another spin charge, which is going to be good damage. Is able to back air the minecart again, just expecting it to go through instead of simply avoiding it, which he had the ability to do. Again, I think Acola sometimes sleeps at the wheels at these anti-minecart strategies. I mean, it even happens versus Hurt as well. I'd probably say that's like his biggest flaw as a player, is sometimes he's like, minecart is broken, and therefore it will work. When sometimes you still have to do the like next level of counterplay. Good damage for Wrath right now, 66% already, and this is when it looks hard, because like you don't care if they get diamond again, so you are able to just sit back if you are Wrath and just kind of make Acola come to you. And obviously he's had the reactions on the minecarts a lot, and you see Acola trying to bait him with some back airs, and he's just not biting. Okay, Nair Fair, some more damage for Wrath. Try to get the back air there, but there Acola is a little bit more passive. They're playing hopscotch. And by they, I mean Wrath is just jumping over the blocks over and over again. Up air for some extra damage. Nice forward smash catch by Acola. It's pretty hard to catch Sonic in the middle of the movement, so that was quite impressive, honestly. Also, shout out to Acola with the Delta Rune tag. It was very funny watching him and Syrup play, because Syrup had some name in Japanese, or like some Japanese sounding name, and then Acola was just, it's TV time! Oh, nice back air on the anvil. Beautiful find by Wrath, trying to be aggressive with that spring back air again, because one extra back air will be the stock. I love that uppy out of the up tilt pressure. I really, really like that, actually. It's very smart. Spin forward air, not quite going to be the kill, but bad position. Only 4 iron. The spin back air, but it wasn't the tech jump, so it doesn't combo. Beautiful stuff. And the F tilt actually trades with the minecart. Does enough knockback that it knocks him out, and that is going to be 1-0 for Wrath. Honestly, Wrath drinking blue Gatorade as a Sonic main is very, very on brand, and I appreciate it. There's no reason to spend 2 minutes between a game. There was literally 2 minutes. No, I'm not going to jump ahead, YouTube. There's no ad segment. So I'm sorry if you see that in the bottom right corner. There we go. So Acola counterbreaking to FD, which I personally like. I do think it's a bad Sonic stage, but I guess it could maybe backfire against Steve, because the reason it's a bad Sonic stage, in my opinion, is you can keep the advantage really well, but I feel like it's a little bit harder for Steve to do that versus Sonic because of Sonic's speed and like spins and disadvantage and stuff like that. Whereas now there's no platforms to help with Steve camping. So maybe not going to work as well as it generally does, but I do think this is Sonic's worst stage overall. And I could be wrong about that, that's just my perspective. So you can let me know down in the comments below if you agree or disagree. While you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications and ring the bell. It really helps. You'd be surprised how many people aren't subscribed. You should check just in case. Nice homing attack, gonna get some more damage. I mean, 56% already. This is a big, big lead, in my opinion, for Wrath, because it's really hard at this juncture for, like, Acola to get, like, a normal open up. Like, it's really hard to get your normal Steve combos against Sonic, because he's just so hard to hit, right? Like, there's very few characters that can just get their normal, then almost killed. It's really difficult for most characters to get a normal hit on Sonic. I would say, like, Fox is kind of one of the only ones that can get his normal hits. Yeah, tried to back air just in case Acola jumped out, but either way has a 70% lead, which is quite large. There is Diamond online for next stock, and the shuffle is going to be nice for Steve because he's not going to get rid of his tools as he mines, but that's a first stock, and that is a Diamond online. Spin turnaround, that's just going to be solid damage. You don't need the big follow-ups, you just need consistent damage over time against Steve, and Wrath knows that incredibly well. And again, I said like forever ago, I was like, I think Wrath can for sure be like a super top player, because he was a super top player in Smash 4. He just didn't go to a lot, but when he did, he like did amazingly well and beat a bunch of super top players. And so I'm not surprised to see his higher success, given the fact that he's been grinding. He's been doing a lot. And honestly, Wrath is more willing to time out than Sonic's is, which is kind of scary because Sonic's times out quite a bit, but Wrath is even more willing to just play for the timeout, which means that in those matchups where that's the win condition, beautiful back air. That was such a good preemptive jump, you know, but in the matchups where that is the win condition, Wrath is going to do it. Gets a nair, almost gets a nair back air. That might have been the stock, but Acola does fight back. But again, he's still down an entire stock, and he doesn't even have Diamond online for the, never mind. I like how, it's interesting that Wrath is using the like turnaround of the spin charge like frequently. Ooh, fast hit by Acola there. Did TBC? Oh no, that was just a back air. I thought that was a forward air. And even though Acola's getting a bunch of materials here, as Wrath just lets him mine, it's not doing anything for him, because Wrath is super willing to just wait and find his good openings, and it doesn't really matter how much material you have as Steve, because Sonic's options are really good at getting around them. Oh no, he messed up his jab. Maybe he just expected Wrath to SDI off, but he didn't get like the hit he absolutely should have got. That should have been at least been another jab forward air. Gets the up air, but doesn't get the back air, but the air dodge comes out and does find it, so Wrath is going to take another stock lead. Only 36%, dude, he's playing so well. He makes sure to jump, so he's not going to land there. No anvil available there because it was already out, so gonna get hit. Look at this damage. This advantage state for Wrath has been incredible thus far. Did he just make a block above him? Oh, it was like to the side, but he wasn't quite on it. Sometimes that happens. The little block, the grid pattern can be a little weird sometimes. Beautiful roll. That was so good. Again, the best thing about Wrath right now in terms of this matchup is he's so aware of every minecart. Like, that instant roll is not something most players would have done. They would have shielded, they would have gotten minecart off the stage and probably forward aired for the stock. And Wrath says, no, you have to work for this. And he's really making Acola work for it. Random run up forward air because there was no block in the way. There's an up air, double up air, but tries to get the air dodge hit. The minecart just went through. Maybe it was invincible. I don't know. Both characters are broken. I'm not. Yeah, he's just invincibilitying through it, and then I guess because he's using a hitbox, he's not. Because he's using a hitbox, it's actually clashing with it or pinging with it or whatever you want to say. Nice forward smash find by Acola. So Wrath finally on final stock, but he's just so far ahead. He's even going to get that up air on the minecart. I guess Acola expected, like, the invincibility to go through it. I'm not sure why it didn't. Minecart's super armor is, like, sometimes weird. Did he have gold? Yeah, he did have gold, so I'm not 100% sure, but Wrath going to take a blue sip of that blue Gatorade as the blue ball of, I forget what the title of Sonic is, the blue speed something. I don't know. He's up to Acola saying, well, FD didn't work out, so I'm going to go back to Small Battlefield, even though Small Battlefield also didn't work out, but, you know, you got to try something. So many up airs, but only 31 damage because he didn't get the first hit on any of them. Yeah, nair, up air, back air, nice find again. So much damage, ready for the minecart as well. And genuinely, it's really impressive that Wrath has basically only got hit by like 2 or 3 minecarts, I feel like, the whole set. Very few anvils. He's just been playing super well. Gets the forward smash on the minecart as well, but able to air dodge. I hate that Steve's able to air dodge like that. Like, very few characters are able to do that, but a couple characters are able to get kill confirms off of their nairs, and Sonic just did that with that nair back air. That is going to be another stock lead. He didn't get anything. He didn't get gold. He didn't get diamond, obviously, because he didn't get gold. Like, that was a huge stock for Wrath. Okay, gets a forward air on the spin, but that's going to be out of shield up air. Out of shield up air is just insane that works. Acola has got a good amount of damage on Wrath, but you can get a good amount of damage on Sonic, but then killing him is a whole other story. Wanted to mine, but then realized it was his next stock's diamond, or maybe like he's gonna get it later, but just like once he actually is in neutral. There's the footstool down out of shield, but able to tech. Beautiful stuff for Wrath. Now he's gonna finally get his diamond, only at 28%, so I do agree with this decision. Doesn't go for a 2-frame or anything like that, and Wrath is gonna go under the stage. Such smart stuff there, and now he's gonna get more damage with those spins. Gets an up air there, not even a forward air, but the anvil is going to come out with the double jump, and that is going to be Acola taking the stock, but still 66% is still a big, that's a big lead, especially with characters as proficient as killing a Sonic. Gonna get another diamond, so there's no diamond prepped for next stock if Wrath is able to take this stock, but not having a lot of answers for iron, so you're just gonna be a little bit close and just try to bait Acola to do something just to waste some mining time. There's a minecart trying to initiate, but no, not going to, and Wrath now able to spin through, has to avoid it. I mean, this is kind of just like the immovable object versus unstoppable force type of match, but right now the unstoppable force is winning. Oh, back air with punish on the forward air, beautiful stuff, and I'll try to get a 2-frame, doesn't get it though. There, yeah, try to nair another neutral get up. Acola does neutral get up quite a lot. So I'm not surprised that attempt. The back air hits the minecart, so it extends the hitbox on the back air, which is going to hit Acola. Tried to get the weak nair yet again, almost. 122, like, Acola hasn't been able to do anything to Wrath the stock. He's got 17%. That's like a hit against Steve. Like, that did 20. Suddenly he's at 64. Is he dead? That'd have been crazy. There's gonna be up air too high to get anything, so, yeah, gonna go for a grab. So hard to grab Steve. That was a really nice find by Wrath. And now he's just gonna be able to chase him. No, doesn't get a forward air or anything. Tried to like hit, maybe he was scared of the edge cancel, which I don't blame him for. And thought he would go up, so he wasn't ready for that either. But finds a back air as Acola tries to build some blocks. And he's only at 64%. There's very little material. There was no diamond, so he just has to build stone tools. Does have the diamond online, and Wrath hasn't got any damage on him, but at the same time, Acola doesn't have any damage on him. Up air, back air. Gonna miss the back air barely. But still only 3 minutes on the clock, so Acola has to make something happen sooner rather than later. I know that's still about half the time, but as Sonic, if he wants to run away for that last minute, there are just no interactions are going to happen. Okay, anvil and minecart hitting, but still not going to be the stock. Thought he was going to go under the stage, he doesn't, and gets the anvil there. A little bit aggressive on that advantage. That's what Wrath has not been doing the whole set so far, but falls prey to it there, and that's kind of how he's died both of his stocks, I think, this game. Not a big lead anymore for Wrath. 47% is not a super comfortable place to be given the damage output of Steve. Gets the minecart, but good DI by Wrath, making it really difficult to get the spike there, making it difficult to get any follow-up off of the minecart. Up throw back air, I don't know if that's true, but that is going to be more damage, trading damage actually, so it's getting closer and closer to death percent for Wrath, but of course as well for Acola, and Wrath has been able to find these kills pretty effectively. He just has to not run into those anvils, and you see Acola going for them more and more, but Wrath being like, hey, I died twice to it, I'm not going to fall for any of that stuff again. Okay, it's going to be up air, going to be some good damage. Doesn't want to risk the back air whiffing or anything weird. Minecart, unfortunate for Wrath, and Acola going to build all these such high walls. Oh, gets a random forward smash in neutral, which is kind of crazy to go for given the fact that there was a wall there. Okay, and rolls away from the... He hasn't got grabbed. I don't think he's got grabbed a single time. No, he has got grabbed, I think, twice. One for the back air F smash, and then once with like a forward throw at the ledge. But nothing too influential. He's been really, really good at avoiding those grabs. And again, of course, Acola, super high percent, tries to build, does... Sorry, he does... I don't think he crafted... Yeah, he still has the diamond tools, I think. Oh, and just gets the roll, and that's going to be the back throw. That is going to be the stock. Wrath popping off a little bit, knowing, I mean, it was pretty dominant, honestly. Like, that was the closest game. And either way, like, it just felt like he was in control most of the time. So Wrath going to 3-0. Japan's prodigal Steve. Obviously one of the best players in the world. So he did very well here. He ends up losing at some point in winner's bracket. Laika. And then in top 8 losers, he has to fight Light. Light is one of the most effective players in the world against Sonic, with a 10-6 record against Sonics at Majors and a 5-0 record before this set against Wrath. So I think if you are a betting man, betting on Light would make sense, but of course the bracket that Wrath has been very difficult and challenging, and Light has been, I guess, on a bit of a downswing, right? Like slightly out, like not getting top 8 at Collision. He hasn't been reaching as high highs, I guess, since honestly he went to like Japan. I still expected him to do better there, but the Lunamato Me Brawler came in clutch there. So Wrath, I don't know what he does in this matchup, because this matchup is legitimately one of Sonic's losing matchups. There's very few of those in my opinion. I think it's like Fox and then like Pikachu in theory, but it's annoying to have to play for timeout, whereas Fox doesn't have to worry about timeout because he can just kind of approach Sonic so quickly, and he gets his very normal combos most of the time. And he can also like aggress onto those disadvantage states with Spring often. Like the only saving grace for Sonic in this matchup is, in theory, it's supposed to be good edge guarding, but I also notice the Sonic players not hit the edge guards against Fox all the time. And I don't know if that's like a user error or if that's bad. Nice Nair back air gets the back air on the illusion. That's going to be the first stock. Hitting the edge guards already. Dash attack up air, not hitting. He's not getting late enough in the dash attack where it's plus enough that can true combo. Wrath getting Nair fair, tried to spin whiff punish, but didn't, I guess didn't try to whiff punish the Nair, but wanted to whiff punish what happened afterwards. That's going to be up tilt fair. But again, Light has hit Wrath like 5 or 6 times. Maybe that's like his 7th, and he's only just getting Wrath to 90, which is like not good for how much damage output Fox is supposed to have. Spin charge forward air, not getting the forward smash. I do think Wrath is the best in the business at the 2-frame forward smashes. Him and Ken, I think, are a little bit better than Sonic's at them. Wrath, that was like one of his best things in Smash 4, so he's very, very confident in that timing. Gets the Nair, doesn't get the up smash. That could have been, I think, guaranteed. Just was not expecting the DI up, so was ready for tech chase and didn't see the fact that he could have just true comboed it. Speaking of true combos, dash attack into back air at the ledge trap. Beautiful stuff for Light, but 56% is quite a lot because that's going to send you farther off stage if you are Fox, which means that potentially you're going to get edge guarded. I also thought that was on platform, so I don't blame Wrath for going for that up air there. Gonna recover low, super steep angle, but the Nair lingering for so long, hitting Nair back air, and Wrath trying to go for forward air there. Hi Laika, she's scratching my chair. Spin Nair though. Wrath has not taken much percent. Light just running all the way across the stage. Oh, but doesn't get the mix up there, but Wrath not knowing the correct counterplay to those positions. I mean, I guess it didn't matter because he got a forward smash, but just so you know, chat, in this position, if you are getting multi-jabbed here and on shield, what you're supposed to do, assuming you are not Snake or Inkling or Steve, because they have to do this a little bit different, you hold shield and hold special so you can't buffer your shield options, right? And then you just tap in, because after 11 hits on shield, maybe 12, but something like 11 or 12 hits, you can actually get frame 1 invincible shield options. So that means you can actually roll through guaranteed, and if they let go of the jab early, then that's not going to activate, so then you can just drop shield and get a punish like the back throw or the forward smash that Wrath ends up getting. So just so you know, little tidbit there, it is very nice in these rapid jab type situations, except against like a couple characters whose rapid jabs are so big that you can't do that, like Meta Knights. Sometimes you'll roll, or like if your roll is really bad, sometimes you'll roll into the character and still get rapid jab, but for the most part that does work. Yeah, the Nair jab not working there, so Light does get punished, so Wrath has the stock lead again. And I wasn't watching this tournament close enough outside of like the top 5 or so, like top 6 in the bracket or something like that, so I don't know how Light was playing the whole tournament, but I mean, getting top 8 of the tournament this difficult means you probably are playing pretty well. Because I know sometimes, like a character like Fox is like really hot and cold, so I'm assuming, I mean, I know there was a gap between, you know, making top 8 and then top 8 happening because all of Melee had to happen. Forward smash on the aggression of Light. Beautiful find here. Just kind of stuffing out Light's approaches with these undershoot moves and not scared to use the Spring is Wrath, which I personally think is a good idea, but it can be punished because, again, Light's juggling and Fox's juggling by extension is very good. Back throw, that gonna be the stock? 2 stock for Wrath. Damn, super dominant. Game 2, back to small battlefield. One thing we didn't see is we did not see any lasers coming out from Light that game. I don't know if that's something he needs to turn on or if it's just something that you don't really do in the matchup because of the speed of Fox, you know what I'm saying? Okay, gets the down air, so he's gonna get a decent amount of damage there. 28 from a ledge reversal, that's gonna be Nair jab, that's gonna be another like 30. Oh, nice parry on the landing Nair. The forward air not working fully, so not going to get as much damage as it could have been, but still, this is looking like what Fox is supposed to do versus Sonic. Oh, I like that Shine Stall trying to get a punish on the landing was Wrath, but the Shine Stall going to make it very difficult to do so. That is another mix-up that Wrath is going to have to worry about for the rest of the set. But either way, huge lead right now. But of course, Sonic does a lot of damage, so able to make comebacks basically at any point as long as he doesn't immediately get nared or kill moved otherwise. Oh, try to get the nair, but didn't read the drift correctly by Sonic. But either way, Wrath playing super well right now. That's going to be a grab, back throw. I don't know if that was supposed to be a dash attack, but Light looking upset at his option there. Back air does untechable. Fox there, so light, able to go under the stage to outlast his invincibility, but can he get past this subsequent ledge trap? No, he can't. Doing an aerial through is going to be up smashed by Fox, and that is going to be even game, basically. Up throw. Light DIing towards platform for some reason. I don't know why you would ever do this. When you get up throwed, you're not supposed to DI towards platform against against Sonic, because it makes it more difficult to get up air landing next move afterwards. So Light DIing the way that Wrath wanted to get extra damage. I don't know if he wanted to be higher percent. That doesn't make sense. So I'm not sure. Maybe he just didn't want to be further off stage and was hoping that DI in would be smarter there, or that Wrath wouldn't react. I don't know. Either way, getting a good amount of damage, so Light evening the game back up, but Wrath finding an up air back air yet again. The spring going to hit as well, but the side B out of hit stun going to be a little bit higher vertically, which means that it is going to snap that ledge. Downer dash attack forward air, good damage for Light. There's a couple lasers, finally. I feel like those are the first lasers we've seen. I know that you can get footstool downer and footstool homing attack as Sonic against Light's falling aerials or Fox's falling aerials. I don't know how practiced Wrath is at that. I know that was one of the things that Sonic's was trying to do for, like, dealing with Fox's aggression. Beautiful back air find on that spin charge. That is going to be Light with the first lead of the set. More lasers trying to just tack on a little bit of percent. Not much has happened until that missing the anti-air there and getting nair back aired for his troubles. Wrath is going to even up the game yet again, but that's going to be a lot of up airs. That's 50% because he hit a down tilt. That's crazy. Yeah, this is looking like a Light game. Doesn't get the auto cancel on that up air either, so it was not safe. 100% basically unanswered for Light in this position. So he just needs like 1 or 2 more hits, and that is going to be the game. And of course, that good jump ability, like the good vertical speed of Fox is going... What the fuck? Why did he... It worked. Sure. Okay. That's 1-1. Wrath going to counterpick to PS2. I like this choice. I do like just being able to run slightly further away from Fox. I do think this is probably like Sonic's second best stage overall behind Town and City, just because he's able to like run away. Again, that rapid jab going to be potentially annoying, but no, gets it there. Fox, I mean, like this time DIing away from the platform, realizing he made a couple errors. So better defense, I guess I should say. Homing attack not going to work out, so that's a down throw. Continuing ledge trap for Light. But the homing attack mix-up is going to work. They're going to retreat to center. I don't know if that was on purpose. Didn't seem to be. It was a little bit odd timing for that. Does get the auto cancel at that time, so going to be safe and trying to establish some more pressure, but Light does find that back air, but that's going to be a forward throw. I want to see Wrath charge forward smash a little longer, knowing that he's going to go for a slightly more extreme angle. I like the pressure here as well. He tried to get the nair and land on platform, but he just barely missed that. But I think would have been the stock had he landed on platform, because it would have been nair up B. Well, actually, it would have been too far, or too close, actually, to get the anything else. And Light gonna get some damage there with the full hop downer. So good. Having to spring away, but you can still get punished here if you are Wrath. Didn't want to air dodge because I feel like it's like obvious that he's gonna air dodge, so he didn't want to, but that did still lead Light to getting that stock. Okay, not getting the tech chase on platform. Pretty rare miss for Light. He normally hits those tech chases on platform like most of the time. Tried to get a back air instead of a forward smash 2-frame. Misses out though, so still Light alive. That double jump gonna miss as well. No double jump, has to spring out. Knowing that there's no double jump, Light definitely saw it. Doesn't land on the platform though. Either way, this is looking really good for Light. Yep, takes stage. That's going to be a fair drag down. Does not get the tech chase in Wrath. Unfortunately, not forward smashing. I don't know if that was just a misinput, but getting a forward tilt instead of a forward smash doesn't really take that much damage, so it ends up being fine. But still, those type of misinputs are not what you want to see against a character when you have the big punishes that are pretty hard to find against Fox McCloud. Oh, tried to back air snipe the double jump. That would have been clean. Doesn't get it, though. We've seen Wrath's advantage be really strong. Shit, that was a really good back air find by Light. Never mind. I'll forget what I was saying. Random full hop forward air and neutral, gonna net 49% because Fox is a good character. But don't pretend like he's some innocent bystander to the demons of this top 8. Fox is one of those demons. Gets the down tilt 2-frame, interesting. Going to be a little bit aggressive there. Doesn't get a forward smash or the down tilt 2-frame the second one. So either way, trying to build up this percent and get these edge guards online. But it's so hard when you know that Light is a player, is very keen to do ledge hop aerials. And Fox's ledge hop aerials are quite good, especially that down air. So you have to be careful of any mistiming. Means you're going to get reversaled. Ooh. That was nice. Speaking of catching a reversal, expecting Light to jump down there, jump out of shield, and then try to nair down so that up smash does come out for Wrath. Beautiful find. And at this point, if you're Light, you got to be scared because you are edge guardable. And even though Wrath hasn't really got much, like, obviously last stock for Fox is, in my opinion, quite a scary position. Does find that dash tech, though. He only needs, like, one more hit. You can't neutral get up there if you are Wrath. And you shouldn't have spring and done that aerial as fast, so Wrath does lose that game. Light up 2-1. He's playing a lot better after that game 1. Gonna run it back to PS2 as well. I feel like if he just doesn't have as big of a deficit at the beginning, then Wrath can have an easier time. He just needs to hit these edge guards, right? Like, that's the big thing, is I feel like ledge slip forward air, ledge slip down air, if there's going to be aggressive, or not aggressive, but like really sharp angles, is just like kind of what you have to do. Otherwise, you're just going to be subject to the damage output of Fox. Up air, forward air, good damage. Baiting the air dodge, doesn't go for an edge guard. And ledge trapping Fox, as I kind of mentioned, is just kind of difficult. So if you're not getting these edge guards, you're not really going to get more. But good dash attack. He is playing super well right now. Oh, that was a crazy get up attack. I don't often see Light get up attack. Gets the back air on the startup of that up B. That's kind of what you gotta do. You gotta bait Fox to go low. And I think grabbing the ledge here is actually really smart because you can react and hit the side B, right? So it's like a little bit risky. And then at this point, if Light up B's here, then he's just going to get drop off double jump back air. So he goes a little bit lower, hoping that he's going to get burned by some of these, some of this fire at the edge of his up B. But no, Wrath with that spacing. Wrath's edge guarding is very good, so that makes sense that he's able to find that with no mistake there, and that is going to be a Wrath lead. Wrath really uncomfortable getting out of this corner. No, and Light does end up getting that dash attack back, or was able to find it. Wrath was just unable to get out of that corner comfortably, so he kept going back to the ledge, and eventually Light is going to hit that ledge trap. He is obviously super consistent at them, so that is going to be even stock, and now Light has the lead just by a little bit. Why is he DIing towards platform? Nice parry. Light again. I feel like one of the best things about him is his parries in terms of like as a player, and being able to do so against Sonic is really, really difficult. So him getting those on like the nairs and stuff, there's so many options that Sonic can do that it's always a little bit uncomfortable. But right now Wrath does have a slight lead. Never mind. Or sorry, now Wrath has the slight lead. I wanted to say Light, to be fair. 87%, how is he going to get down? Like, this is just the hard position. Is Fox is so fast that he's able to keep Sonic in disadvantage, like, pretty consistently. Nair DIing up, so no up smash available. Tech Chase, gonna miss it. Spin through. He doesn't go to ledge this time. That's going to be a punish. No, he doesn't get the grab. Maybe expected a cross up. I'm not 100% sure, but that is shield grabbable if it doesn't auto cancel, which it definitely wasn't going to there. And just gets the up air as Wrath was caught on platform, so Wrath needs to make this comeback in order to take this game and stay in the set, bring it to a game 5. But if I was watching this in person, or like at the time, I'd be like, oh, this is just, yeah, Light is just doing his thing. Fake Trump does get the back air on the bait of that full hop downer. That is, I mean, it's really good for Fox when you hit those downers, but it is definitely a way that Light does lose a lot of stocks as those ledge hop down airs. Like, I know that's a way like I get, like, I feel like a third of my stocks whenever I play against him is just like, I'm gonna dash back and forward smash and you're gonna be, you know, aggressive off ledge. So it's something that Light definitely has to look out for, especially against these players who are trying to scout them out. But either way, has 91% lead. Does an edge guard come out, or is this just a big damage comeback for Wrath? He gets the nair, doesn't get the parry there. Oh, just the forward smash 2-frame. Yep, gonna hit it. I'm kind of surprised because this looked like the non-2-frame angle, but maybe the forward smash is just so big that it hit before the frame. Yeah, it just hit him like the frame before he would have grabbed the ledge. That is how you can still edge guard the non-2-frameable angle. It's just pretty committal, unless your Sonic and your forward smash is the size of, you know, 3 yardsticks. So that is going to be game 5 now. Gonna go to small battlefield, wants the smaller stage, so a little bit easier to run Sonic down. That's basically it, right? Like, it's the same, like, the platforms are really good for Fox on both stages, so I don't blame him there. The platforms are also good for Wrath, but I feel like maybe slightly less so compared to Fox. Like, Fox, look at that damage. Up throw, gonna be a delayed up air because of that fast fallerness of Fox. That's gonna be a lot of damage, even though he does get back aired, so it's not the most comfortable damp percentage, but I mean, hey, getting an extra 30 is an extra 30. You know, Light just holding center stage while all these spins come out for Wrath. Messes up once, does get spin forward aired for it, and Wrath baiting out the air dodge and then getting a back air. This is what you gotta do versus versus Fox. You have to go out there enough that he's uncomfortable to recover. Hello, Alarm. That you're uncomfortable to recover, and then you end up getting the low recovery, which is very exploitable. So, yeah, Fern. Wrath getting the stock lead. And the spring shield poke, so extra damage is extra damage. Get out of there. Yeah, go to the ledge. Even though Fox ledge trapping is, of course, fantastic, it's one of the best ledge traps in the game, it's still better than getting juggled by his billion up air attack. I'm going to go into the stage Wrath, trying to keep this super slow. Getting another spring, so that's, hey, 10 damage is 10 damage with those 2 springs, and that's going to be spin, dash, damage. Doesn't get the up smash on that anti-air, was very close, it was just slightly too slow. You can see Wrath just there as, I think maybe the frame before that up smash came out, and that's going to be a good amount of damage and disadvantage for Fox. And now I feel like Light is going to get a bit greedy. Yeah, does so with the dash attack there, because, you know, he quote-unquote should have got that stock, and I know that's how he feels. And so you gotta be sometimes ready for like how the opponents are feeling when they mess up their stuff. But so 76% is the lead for Wrath. That is quite good, considering that's any hit into offstage or gonna just be solid damage, honestly. I thought there was just gonna be a forward smash on the landing, but there's a back throw. Can he avoid this edge guard? Going low yet again, or sorry, going off stage to bait him to go low yet again, but that's gonna be the non-2 frameable side B. Light needing some damage on board. 140 is looking really scary. Oh, bad air dodge up throw. Why didn't he back throw? I thought back throw was going to be the kill there, but maybe didn't believe in it. That's going to be so much damage for Light, but good SDI and DI by Wrath, trying to get off stage so he had one less up air, which, hey, that can be the big difference maker. Parry forward tilt is going to be the kill from across stage. Like, that's why I expected the back throw to kill. Tech chase, yeah, going to get the grab. So Light trying to get as much damage as he can, but is he going to be able to effectively get this ledge trap? Gets the nair, gets the dash attack, but no kill yet. Wrath going back to the right. Yeah, it's really hard to hit these spins, because if you're wrong, you're going to take so much damage, so I understand Light being a little bit hesitant, especially because he messed it up a couple times. So Wrath is going to be able to get back into neutral several times over. He's going to be able to get damage before Light takes the stock, though? I don't know. He's missed all these tech chases. That's why I don't like him doing those jabs. Like, you can react to the jab. Like, you can react to the mistech. You have to just assume they're going to tech in place and then react to everything else. But able to not get any damage. So Wrath is going to... Sorry, they're both going into this stock even. Uh-oh, those forwarders are going to be huge. Again, missing the tech chase. Light is just assuming what's going to happen instead of trying to react. And it has cost him big time in these games. Like, I don't know if he's tired. I don't know if he's just unsure of himself. But, like, that's not normal for Light. Like, Light almost always gets those reaction tech chases. Misses with the up tilt. Off stage could be the stock. Isn't the shallow angle Light actually mixing it up there? Because Light has been doing a lot of super shallow angles. Doesn't go for it there, expecting him to keep charging it, but Wrath called it out. And that is going to be the first time that Wrath ever beats Light in, of course, a very unfavored matchup. I think Wrath played that very well. Light was starting to play better, but still missed a couple important tech chases. And that is Wrath advancing into fifth place, which is top 6, where he ended up losing to Doramigi, question mark? I don't actually know who he lost to, but he lost to one of the good players, so it must have been Doramigi in losers. And that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. As always, social media and partner stuff is down below. Let me know what else you want me to cover from Riptide, if there is anything at all. Anything you want me to talk about, just let me know down in those comments. I would appreciate it. As always, social media and partner stuff is down below. I forget if I said that, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.